Thank you once again. And all I got to say is what a fucked up draft that was. I just don't know. You know, I'm hoping that some more of my picks, Brian, Morrison, DiBiase, Swagger, all of those guys. I'm hoping that will pan out tomorrow during the supplemental draft. However, I wouldn't hold my breath. Not on all of them, anyway. Because for them to move all of those guys, they would have to completely shift the whole entire roster. But then again, maybe they will. Normally, they have about 15 picks, something like that. Well, 16, 17, something like that. I was hoping for about 20 overall. We only had 8 tonight, which is about what I figured that they would have on Raw. I didn't figure they would stack it like they normally did. But anyway, let's just run down through it. First, the Battle Royal, SmackDown wins. Cena gets drafted to SmackDown. We're all happy, no more Cena on Raw. However, I did not expect Cena to stay on SmackDown. That's almost like Triple H when he went to SmackDown. You just didn't expect him to stay. Although the last time he went, I think he did stay for the majority of the year on SmackDown. Raw gets Rey Mysterio. SmackDown gets Randy Orton, which I said needed to happen in order for SmackDown needs that one top star. Mark Henry goes. Respect his privacy. Sin Cara went to SmackDown, which makes a lot of sense considering they put Rey on Raw. And I was hoping, since they moved Rey, that they would keep Del Rio. And maybe Sin Cara and Del Rio would have a thing. I'm not really too... A lot of people are wanting to see Rey and Sin Cara. I really wanted to see more of Sin Cara and Del Rio, but that's just me. Although it pretty much almost be like Rey and Del Rio. So, I mean, pick your poison. What do you like? Big Show to Raw, which I like. And I had somebody ask me on Twitter, and I can't think off the top of my head who it was. Like, well, Big Show, isn't he on both shows now? And I guess it's because he's tag team champion. Yeah, technically he's on both shows. But when he loses the title, he's going to be exclusive to Raw now. So that's just something to think about. Of course, Del Rio moves to Raw, and then Cena, after that 6-man tag, moves back to Raw. And one of my favorite parts of the show was seeing The Miz and Christian go at it in that 6-man tag. I thought that was great, and I hope that The Miz in the supplemental draft, and I don't think any of the top guys will go. Although it would kind of be funny to see Cena go back to SmackDown after. I'm not going to predict that, but that would still be kind of funny to see. I wanted to leave enough time to talk a little bit about Michael Cole. Everybody knows that I've been a supporter of the Michael Cole thing and his, the way he gets heat and things like that. But I got to tell you, tonight really rubbed me the wrong way. The way that was done was wrong, I think, because with the imminent breakup of Lakewood, it kind of leaves, it kind of makes Cole think that he's more important because he wouldn't shut up. So my biggest criticism of Michael Cole, he's doing everything right, except for he just doesn't know when to shut up. He doesn't know when to say, okay, that's enough. I've got my heat. Let me go. Alright, everybody hates me. Let me back off. Because there is a point to where you're going to go and you're going to go too far. Like you're going to go not too far by saying a certain something. I mean, hell, he already talked about Lawler's mother who had just died. So I mean, it's to me, it's not. Unless he said, "Well, I'm gonna rape your wife or your girlfriend," then he can't really go that much further. And it'd be a bad thing. I think that Cole is doing a phenomenal job, except for I think he goes into it too much. I think he needs to pull back some, because a lot of times a little goes a long way. And I don't think Cole understands that, because I think he's got Vince or somebody in his ear saying, keep going, keep going, keep going. And eventually you got to know when to pull back a little bit, you know. You can't have, you can't just constantly keep going, because it's going to get wore out and it's going to get old. And if they're going to do anything with him post even Extreme Rules, like I said, I'd love to see him as like a manager of Jack Swagger and like have the first family of Raw or something like that. I think it would be phenomenal if he got maybe Jack Swagger and then like a tag team like the Usos, and have the Usos, you know, go after the tag titles. I think it would be phenomenal. And I only say the Usos because those are guys that, you know, they haven't been on TV in a while. I got something in my eye. What the fuck's that all about? Because they haven't been on TV in a while, and I think that I think they missed the boat on this whole Tamina, Santino, Usos thing, but that's another story for another time. Raw was pretty much how I expected it to be, lackluster, because of they pushed this to do the draft so quick, and I wasn't a fan, but who knows? You know, who knows how this is going to turn out? You know, I always say it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and so the draft is like the beginning. Okay, so that's how you start. To me, they just have to make sure it goes right after that for the initial draft to be good. So anyway, and we'll see how that plays out in the next couple of months. And come SummerSlam, if it's a total bust, then I'll get on here and say, you guys made the wrong moves. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow with a little bit more on the supplemental draft, and I might possibly even get to Tough Enough. Who knows? It'd be nice if I could do that, you know, early this week. Anyway, and R-Truth stole my sign-off. Bitch, that's deuces. I've spoken.